So you might be thinking to yourself, why are you in a hotel room? Well, I'm in a hotel room because I've just finished a week's fishing out at the amazing Lake Zajarki in Croatia. Now, I'm sure a lot of you would have seen, or a lot of you would have heard, that back in June, the lake suffered one of the biggest fish kills it has ever experienced since it's been open to fishing. As it does when things go onto the internet, it gets massively blown out of proportion, and I was getting different stories every day from different people right the way across Europe. It was rumoured that up to 90% of the lake's amazing stock had died, somewhere in the region of 2,500 to 3,500 carp. But with an exclusive late booking and lads already having booked their crossings, the only way to find out was to head on out there for ourselves. So why don't you sit down, grab yourself a brew and watch this vlog, because let me tell you, this is a vlog not to be missed. Well, I suppose you all want to know what sort of tackle I take out to Croatia. Now, I'm very fortunate that a lot of the big items are already out there for me. So all I have to take is a suitcase. And what I do is I put 4 buckets inside the suitcase. And inside each of the buckets, I distribute the tackle out evenly that I'm taking. So here we go. Hook link material, tackle box, CineCarp sticker on it, obviously. Spool case there with 3 spare spools. Loads of solid bags, batteries and head torch. Few spares, because I'm bound to have a couple of disasters along the way. Then moving over to the buckets, we have got the first bucket there with some spoms in, some spare spod braid. We've got one there that's got the waterproof clothing in, as well as a couple of other little bits and pieces. And then we've got one down there that's just got a couple of bottles of goo, a marker float and some pop-ups. And then I've got my singles case there and also my pod. So that is all the kit that I take over. Obviously got a couple of towels there as well. And the good thing with taking it in the buckets is not only does it protect the bait, protect the tackle when you're taking it out there, also when I get out to the lake, it allows me to use the buckets to spod from. And then when I finish at the end of the week, clean the buckets out, put the gear back in, job's a good one. Labash. Oh, little bit of a Coke supply there. Right then, I'm in my room. Don't start fishing until tomorrow. Stayed here last night. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday, and it's a pretty grim day out there. They've told us that we've brought the weather from England, and they're not far wrong. But whilst I'm in here, what it means is I can tie a few rigs. I've got a nice little mirror, so I can look at myself. I'm going to tie a few rigs up. So here we go. Rig of choice is going to either be an IQ2D rig with a size 4 or a size 2 crank, X I may add. And then I've got this stuff here, which is snag leader. Now, one of the reasons why I've gone for the snag leader as well is the bottom of the lake is very, very coarse. There's a lot of stone, sort of a lot of flint stone down there as well. Not Fred and Wilma. So yeah, there's quite a lot of sharp stone on there. Now this snag leader, I can use this as a boom, probably more so for me Ronnies. It's a little bit stiffer, which means that I'm going to sort of encounter a lot less tangles. Not that you get a lot of tangles with the IQ2, but when you are fishing at extreme range, you can be prone to the odd tangle. But also, because it is 0.55 mil in diameter, so it's nice and thick, nice and durable, and it's just going to give me that extra security when I'm fishing over rock hard ground. Here we go. Let's whip a few rigs up. I am so excited to get started. I cannot even begin to tell you. Here we are then in the peg. You might not be able to hear me because it's absolutely ripping through the wind. Now in the draw, we come 9th out. I didn't film much of the draw because you all knows what happens. 12 balls were placed in a bag. We pulled out number 9. So yeah, we've got in a peg called Decker, something like that. Anyway, it's right in the middle of the lake basically. So I'll turn it around. You've got the island and the plateau peg down to the right there, which is obviously where everybody wants to go. You know, Zajarki's famous for those pegs, but all the times I've fished here, I've never actually fished away from that area. Now we're right in the middle of the lake, and the beauty with it is all the other guys have sort of not crammed around the island because there's loads of space, but there's me and Max in here. You've got the next peg is sort of opposite and to the right, and then there's only one other team fishing, all my fingers back to front, up there somewhere. So we've probably got 25 acres just to ourselves. Now I don't really know how this area fishes. It'll probably be more of a nighttime area than what it will a day area, but we've only just chucked some bags out just to get us started. But there's a few sandbars out there that we're going to be feeling for. Well, they call them sandbars. Again, they're not sandbars. They're basically sort of hard lumps of rock that they never moved or removed when they dug the lake. So we're clipped up out there, 125 metres, and I'm going to go for a drive around now, see all the lads, make sure they're all happy, come back this evening, then we'll go to work. Finally died, and I got the 3 rods out. We'll look at them lines in a minute. And down here, Izzy's already caught the rod. She's only just come out the bivvy and we've already got a bit of a disaster. But Max has had his second one.
Nice clip up.
Here he is. Have you weighed it?
Not weighed it, let's do it now.
What do you reckon? This is Izzy.
Zip that up.
I'm going 37.
I'm going to go all European,
Oh, pounds.
14 kilos.
Right, our scales only weigh in pounds, so.
But we go, yeah.
Or do they weigh in kilos, them ones?
They've got kilo
Oh,
on them as well.
there we are. Right, we'll weigh the fish and we'll come back to you. Classic Croatian bad boy. Just under 35. Well done, Max.
Cheers, me old mate.
What time's safari?
What?
Well, I've got no rods because I've just took my first one, which I've landed, and it's not massive, but I managed to wipe all the rods out. What an angler. Here we go. Now the week has started. Here we are then. Not going to be breaking no records. It's always good to get the first one of the week though. Oh, excuse me. Hate it when you burp. Because I bend down and my belly's getting bigger. Pushes on my organs, but there we go. Croatian 20. 3 times this size are the ones we want. A few pickies, a few more bombs, catch some more carp. A bush. Well, Max has just had one. I've had a double take pretty much. What was yours, Max?
I didn't even weigh it, but probably my guess, mid-20.
Mid-20.
Nice fish.
First 40 pounder of the trip. Look at that bad boy. That'll do. Izzy on the camera. Got an active carp. He's got a bit of ghosty in him. Look at that. Go on. He's active. Flipping out. Well, I've been a little bit slack on the updates because the first day's always a rush. Yesterday we had mega wind. Didn't really get fishing until about 5. I think we had 7 by the time sort of midnight came. I had a 45 pounder this morning, which I'll include a little bit of footage of that now because I just filmed it on the mat. And then me and Max just had a quadruple take. I've just landed this one, which is probably a 30 pounder. Izzy played one in. Max has got one that's stuck in a snag. And behind the camera, he's got another one on. There you go. Croatian gold. Voila. So we're coming up to probably 18 hours of fishing now. And as you can see behind, Max has got another one on. Now, if we'd have listened to all the rumours and all the tripe that was going around on the internet about this lake, 90% of the fish died, 3,000 fish had died, we wouldn't have ever caught anything. In fact, we wouldn't have even come on the trip. But Ivan, who always sorts my trips out, said, mate, trust me, the rumours are not true. Because all of these rumours were spread by people that have never fished the lake. So if you're watching this video, which I'm sure you probably are, because you're going to want to see how we got on, hoping that we didn't catch anything, because this trip you were probably hoping would have been a waste of our time, we're catching loads. And the guys that are on this trip now will always be welcome back, because we got let down by a few people right at the very end, which made it even harder for all the guys that are out here now, because obviously we need a full lake booking, and it was quite a lot of stress. So yeah, there's my little rant over, but it's always good to be controversial. Not that I'm ever controversial, but I just hate people telling me that something's happened when those people have never even seen the lake. But anyway, enough of that. Max is now playing our 15th carp of the first 18 hours. I think across the lake there's been about 5 or 6 60s, a 72. The only thing is the fish are a little bit down in weight, and that is purely down to the fact that the lake has been closed, or was closed, for 3 months, and these fish rely solely on angler's bait. But what it does mean that the fish that they did lose, which they estimate between 700 and 1,000 fish, there's a lot less mouths in here to feed now, so these fish are going to go super, super big. And I'll be forever grateful to Ivan for allowing sort of me, via him, to be able to book a week exclusive. And these weeks will only become harder and harder to get on, because the guys that are here now, they're not dropping out. So yeah, there's a sort of a mid-morning update from our first night. 15 fish, the biggest one we've had so far, just over 20 kilo, 45 pound. We've got 6 nights to go. There's Max's fish. Where's Izzy on the camera? He's only young, this lad. He's still maturing. No Kid's Arms is his nickname. Look at that, 38.5 pounder. We're getting the party started. Well done, Max.
Cheers, me old mate.
A wet t-shirt competition like you've never seen before, I cannot. Oh, if only we had this on video, it would have been the most amazing landing of a carp of all time. So I've had a bite about half an hour ago. I'm playing it in. It's gone round the pads. It's obviously weak on my line. I've had it under the tip for about 20 minutes. As it was coming up to the top, my line broke by the reel, which meant that I had 20 foot of leader and 20 foot of green line. And the green line was like a pig's tail on the surface, about 10 yards out, and I could see it gradually coiling away where the fish was swimming away. I done the full John Smith, grabbed the line as I went in, surfaced from the depths like an old hippo, and I've just landed an absolutely effing enormous common. I don't think the camera will do it justice.
Definitely not.
Look at the size of that. Wow. Session complete. Let's get it on the scales. 69.5. Get on. That's a monster. Look all right.
Yeah, it looks meant that.
Ready, Alex?
Yeah.
All right, Max. Come a bit low if you want. Push it out as well. There we go. Zajarki gold. The mission now is to get Max on over 30 kilos. We're only on Monday. In fact, we haven't even had the rods out 24 hours. My fish before this was about 11 pound. This one here, a shade under 70 bloody pounds. One last look. Big carp. Wow. Look at that. The rumours are not true. Yes! To be fair, Max, he sat it out today catching a few smaller ones. But he's just chipped in with this. Just under 54 pound.
What a beauty.
Go on, Maxie boy.
Cheers, me old mate. I'm in.
That'll do. What a backdrop as well. Lolly. Oh, and I've just had a 48 and a 30, and Max had a few more. But there's so many fish. We're not filming them all. Let's get her back. Go on, lid. Well, it's been a manic day today, and we have got another special guest arrived. My amazing girlfriend's here now. I would have flown her out for the whole duration, but that's far too much time together. I don't really mean that. I love her, really. So how many fish have we had, do you reckon, Max? We're going into the first proper evening, really. So
30 now, haven't we? Got
yeah,
me.
Monday evening. So we've been here. We got our first fish on the camera. We looked at the time. Was 4:15 yesterday afternoon, and it's about 6 o'clock now. So just over 24 hours. Bearing in mind we only caught one fish during the hours of darkness, sort of middle of the night last night, if you like. And we've had nearly 30 fish. And Laura's just produced a bag of my favourite flapjack from B&M. Other stores are available. So yeah, so we're nearly on 30 fish now. Biggest one, that's 69. Max has just had that mint 54, 48, 45. And I think there's been 8 60s caught across the lake. Not bad for 24 hours fishing on a lake booking, on a lake where all the fish are meant to have died. And I'm not going to keep going on about it, but it is something that's really knocked me off leading up to this trip because it's put everybody on edge. Obviously, people have dropped out. And, you know, even though it's annoying that people drop out, I can understand their reasonings. But I've never had any reason to doubt Ivan, and this is certainly back that up. So, yeah, we're going to cook some food now, probably sign off for the night. But if we catch a whacker in the meantime, we'll be back tonight. If not, we go again tomorrow. So here you go, look. bearing in mind the island end of the lake is normally the most prolific. Look at this for fish activity. That's a fish. Look at the fizzing. Absolutely everywhere. Some serious carp there. I'll tell you what though, this lake is absolutely gorgeous. Many absolutes or what? More fish showing. Look at that. Glorious. Alex Lister and Ant there to the right. Alex also works for Catch. I'm going to give a shout out because they now, as you all know, sponsor the channel. Great bunch of guys. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. You got Ricky and Luke over there. They live the absolute dream. They've got, excuse me, they've got a motorhome with an awning and a 150-inch projector on the side of it. Over here, you've got the mighty Finley, Todd Hunter and Vince, and it looks like they're dealing with a fish down in the water. In fact, I'd say that's Vince's girlfriend, Kirsty, who's donned some waders to help out. And then in here, you've got James and Dave. And that's the last peg then, all the way around here until you get to the bottom end. And there's Craig and Wayne. And then you come all the way up here like 300 yards. And then you get to our shanty town. Look at that. We need is a men at work sign up behind.
How red their mountains look now.
Let's do a little bit of panning love to the scenery. Show the viewers. Clicker. Look at the mountains. Zoom in, use the roller wheel if you want.
The screen's actually good. One screen.
Mate, the moon this morning was insane. Big. It was right in the gap there. No, it's really small, but it just looked, it just like appeared as I was playing the fish. Right, morning update. We've moved, as you can probably see. We are now in a different swim. We are in a peg known as Mongoose. There's Maxi boy.
Yeah, man.
So we was over there, and the reason we've moved is because tomorrow is due to absolutely lash it down and be a northerly wind, which is blowing in our face. So with the girls here, we want to keep it as comfortable as possible. But this peg here was very high up on our list anyway, and the guys have moved over into Wright Plateau with their friend to fish with him. So they're over there now, the boys, which means that me and Max have got this peg here. Finley's to our right, and he's had a really good average fish. So yeah, let me spin this around so you can see my beautiful boat race. Where are we? There we are. Yeah, so we're oh, zoomed in a bit. Where's the zoomer? There we go. I do it wrong every time. Yeah, so we've moved round to here. Mission now is to get Max a £60 plus. Hopefully it's 30 kilo plus, which then means it's £66 plus. And we've got 5 more nights left to do it. It's a bit of a ball ache having to move, certainly midway through a session when you've got loads of kit, but Finn's very kindly lent us his van, which means it's made it a lot easier. So yeah, we're here. Here's Laura, dressed in the full fishing attire. Oh, there's me. Let's do this. That is.
It's 50 that, Cobby.
51.10.
Yeah.
Lovely. £50 at the start, and we just put a 30 back as well. Right, let's have a little look. God, they're so strong. Here we go then, £51, 10 ounces of Croatian bad boy. Half an hour after the move. Looks like we're on for a few more. Babash. I love. Right, let's have a little look at the spod station where the magic's been happening. 2 buckets here. First one watering to wash my hands. I like to be a little bit OCD when it comes to washing my hands when I'm spodding, because there's nothing worse than trying to grip the butt of the rod with a slimy spod mix hand. And then here's the mix. Rapidly drying out in the sun with about 1 billion flies in it. Mixed particle that the guy delivers to the lake here. And this is Ivan's boilie. Smrdisha is my greatest Croatian sort of pronunciation of it, which is his red one. And then the more creamy one's called Medusa. I've fished over here several times now, and using Ivan's bait definitely aids your catches. So that's the mix, very, very simple. You don't need to fish like a genius out here. You don't need no naturals or anything like that. You just need a big, solid, heavy mix that gets down onto the bottom of the lake, ultimately where the fish are. And we're fishing, just to set the scene, out off the end of this island, a little over 130s. Oh, excuse me, just had a cherry cola. In 20 feet of water, and it is probably about 25 degrees now. And since we've moved around here, me and Max have had 6 fish. He's just had a 38. I put one back, probably close to £30. And again, I know it sounds mad and you'll all be like, bloody hell, what are you putting fish that big back for? But the next bite could be a 60, or a 70, or an 80. Well, this is just bloody insane. We've moved around here. Max is now playing the 7th one since we've moved around here. We've been here about 2 hours. Oh, this is this guy from the competition.
You alright?
You might have seen him.
Got a new next door neighbour in the shame of Tom Maker.
It's Mr. Finn. Mr. Finn has been hammering it. How many fish have you had so far? This is an interview now.
We've had a fair few. I'm not sure how many, but we've had 3 60s and about 12 50s between us. Something like that.
So there you go. He's doing very, very well.
Not bad for 2 nights.
Yeah, not bad for 2 nights. I think the start that everybody's had has been better than what it was last year. So yeah, it's been absolutely incredible. And if you keep watching on, we, CineCarp, are going to do a giveaway at the end of this vlog. Won't be for nothing massive. It'll be a pot of cherry cola pop-ups and a couple of our sticker packs that you would have just seen us, that we've dropped over on our store. So yeah, I'm going to think of a little competition. It'll only be something small. Write something in the comments, but I'll work out what it's going to be. And then yeah, we'll do a nice free giveaway, because that's what we're all about at CineCarp. We're the people's channel. Maxi boy, whoa, his first 20 kilo plus mirror. It's a hell of a mirror. Look at this.
It's amazing that.
Some little starburst scales. I don't know if you can see that in the shadow there, but the viewers get the idea. Big, powerful fish. Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Lovely. Wednesday morning, and as you can probably tell by my face, and also Max's. Max, where are you? It's hard work, this fishing. You know how many years or more years I've got left in me doing this? No, I'm only joking. Does take its toll though after a while, that's for sure. Finley's down the bank. I'll tell you what, I'm going to spin you around and we can zoom in on him. There he is, look at that. Give it a lift, Finn. There's Finley, starting the day with a 62 pounder. Carping with Kirsty. She's just doing a few videos for him. 62. And the rods are out. Ready to rock and roll for yet another day of hopefully action. Right, so we're fishing out off the end of this island here. The wind's blowing a southerly at the minute, which is in our face. Now, we're fishing just over 140, which in no wind is a bloody struggle, but in a headwind even more so. But today the wind's going to change to a northerly. Go back to my old boat race a minute. Yeah, it's going to blow to a northerly today, which is going to be off our back. But with it, it's going to bring a lot of rain, which is one of the main reasons why we moved. When it's windy in your face, it's hard enough. But when you've got driving rain, it's even harder. And this is also a really good swim. Like I say, we had it very high up on our list. So with the wind going off our back, bit of comfort. Not sure how it's going to fish. I've never really fished here much in torrential rain, but the air pressure's dropping. So if you was at home fishing in the UK or anywhere else, you would want this weather, you know. So I'm kind of hoping that that's what's going to happen. It's going to spur on. But we had 21 fish yesterday. There's a lot of the fish we're just putting back, and I know it seems mad, and I hate to do it. But when you're catching like 20s and 30s, you just want to get the rod back out, and the fish are so lively, as you would have seen with that scaly one. You just don't want to sort of like keep them out of the water too long. A, because you're not allowed, and B, because it's stressful for the fish. So it's easy just to put them back. And obviously when you get a real big one, get them out on the mat, weigh them up, do the do. But yeah, I'm going to run you through. I've already shown you the bait what I'm using. I'm going to run you through the rigs what I'm using today. But believe me, it's nothing groundbreaking. We're using Ronnie's exactly what I'd use in the UK, but just 14, 15-inch booms. I always like to use a longer rig, or even longer sort of rig, so to speak, when I'm out here. I know it's not going to tangle, but also the way in which these fish feed, I don't actually think they feed really hard on the bottom. I think they're almost sucking the bait from a couple of inches up. So by having a longer rig, I feel personally, it just sort of helps me get those extra bites. But we all know rigs always cause a massive talking point. And also I'm going to think of what we can do for that little competition today. And yeah, I think what I might do as well is I might include a few bottles of cherry coke to the winner as well. So yeah, I'm going to think of something, have a coffee, and hopefully we can get Wednesday underway. Here's Max just about to launch one to the horizon. Look at that hand speed. That's one of the key things when you're looking to cast distance. The faster you move your hands, or the sort of the hand that holds the butt of the rod, the faster that tip moves, the further the leg goes. Out of the end of the island. Proper industrial brew kit. Look at that bad boy. Suitcases. Oh, my old closer, I jumped in. Big shout out to the power pack. This has lasted us, charging 2 phones so far, 3 nights. It's only got 1 bar. And you know me, I like to bash the gram. Come on, the rods. No rods in the water for me. Well, Maxi Bond's got one on down there. And Neil's got one on there. Hopefully now, starting to kick off. It's been a bit of a slower morning this morning. Oh, let's focus it. But they've just started showing out off the end of this island, which is where we need them to be. But the weather's changed. It's what you'd call proper carpy conditions now. At 12, 14 degrees, southerly wind blowing, pressure's dropping. Couldn't really be any better if we wanted it to be. I think the fish initially are just enjoying this good weather. I think we're going to start catching a few. Well, not that we're not catching. We just need Max to get a big one now. That's our final mission. Mission Max, 30 kilo plus. Dry your eyes, mate. You've got to walk away now. Oh dear. You lost it. This one here, £36. Lovely. Good bite.
60.
64, that was my prediction.
As a sweet spot, anything.
68.
What we're going to do back to you. Did you say 68?
Yeah, I'm going to go. It's quite wide, isn't it?
Yeah.
64.
It's like a golf ball.
You go that way. I reckon. Higher up. Give us an under the lid. 63.8. That'll do for me. £63. That's what it's all about. 63 and a half. Right, a few water shots.
We go carp.
Problem is they just don't hold still.
Absolutely massive on this.
Look at that bad boy. My bum's wet. His tail. Other side, Danny. That's when you know when they're big, when they've got that wrinkly forehead. The wrinkly forehead.
Just babe.
Done any, you know, if you picked on the phone from
Yeah.
first.
Nice.
Right, that's him.
I'll record you putting it back.
Right on, brother.
Uncle Nicky said, put a
Right up.
saddle on it.
Look at that. £63. Yeah. I need a drink. To excuse the noise for the second, but one of the lads got one of these. I'll get Brad to flash the links up in this vlog. That's basically a power pack. We all know what a power pack does. This is a projector with a fire stick in the side. That is, well, out of this world. Look at this. We have projected on the inside of the bivvy the Bristol City football game whilst we are away fishing. That is an absolute bloody game changer. It goes up to 120 inches. Look at that. That is on the inside of our bivvy. I'll just turn the light on for context. Look, no screen. There's my hands. I make hand shadows like this. Light goes off. This is the view from my bed whilst it's chucking it down outside. Look at that. Tell me that ain't good. As my old mate Scott Lloyd would say, essential. No, don't worry, I'm not turning into an alcoholic. Just having a little Irish coffee to get the day going. There's me letting a reflection of that. Looking like a model. There's Maxi Bomb out there for Big Fish Thursday. My rods haven't quite made it out into the water yet because I don't want to get too wet. And we're on holiday. And you've got to find that balance between Where am I? Got to find the balance between. Probably now I'm looking old and rough. Think I look old there?
No.
I feel rough, I do. Yeah, find that balance between not pushing yourself too hard, but enjoying yourself. I've had a couple of 60-pounders. We need to get Max one now. For now, I'm going to have my Irish coffee. I'm going to snuggle back in bed. Snuggle? That's the word you use in a relationship, surely. Weird. Whilst it's absolutely chucking it down outside, gives me a bit of time to prepare some rigs ready for when it dies off. And this is what we've been catching on, or what I've been catching on anyway. As you can see there, these are Ivan's matching hook baits. I've been catching on these, and I've also been catching on 12mm peach and peppers. But now the rain's come, I want to try and reduce the number of bites, but hopefully give myself a chance of a bigger fish. I caught the 69 on the peach and pepper, and I caught the 63 on this exact presentation here. We've got a size 2 Crank X, absolute badass hook. That there, oh, where are we? That there, once they're going in, they are staying in. Got the PTFE spinner swivel. Got some old shrink tubing that I had at home because I forgot to order the right stuff before I came out here. And then we've got fairly long 25-pound IQ booms. I've gone for the 25-pound basically because when you're hitting the bottom of the lake is much, oh, little can of, or bottle of Coke there, should I say? The bottom is very much like this, and when your lead's hitting this, every now and again it dinks right where the anti-tangle sleeve is. So I'm just using the 25-pound for just that added security. But there we go, a little bit of rig stuff. You know me, I'm not overly technical when it comes to rigs. I just use good solid rigs that I know work. But the long booms, I think the way these fish feed is they actually feed a little bit higher up off the bottom of the lake bed rather than hard down on the bottom. They're very big fish. You imagine you got a sort of a 50 or a 60 pounder trying to right itself. I'm not saying they don't feed directly on the bottom. What I'm saying is I think if you have a bit of a longer rig, as they're sort of sucking and blowing, these are wafters, wherever they are. These are wafters here with obviously a pop-up piece of corn, so they're going to sit almost upright, ready to strike. As the fish sucks it in, goodbye, fish in the net. Get up in the rain. Max is in, I'm in, and Ivan's got the other rod. Carnage. Triple take, let's go. Right, Max?
Yeah, man, sweet.
That'll do. Right, there you go, 51. Oh, big old carp.
Yeah?
Right, couple of big days coming up. Big days, as Mr. Dove would say. It's Friday today, so we've got all day today and all day tomorrow. So Friday and Saturday, and obviously we pack up Sunday morning. But as you can see, the rain has finally bloody stopped. It rained for probably 22 hours non-stop. I fished a little bit yesterday afternoon for about 3 hours and had four, a 30, two 40s and that 51, but the weather was horrendous. So yeah, we've got 2 good days now to go at it. The only thing now that might work against us is the water has risen dramatically overnight. I reckon the water's come up, do you reckon 2 foot since we've been here, Max? Easily 2 foot since we've been here. Basically what it is, there's a river behind where we are, and where the lake has got such a sort of a light gravelly bottom, so to speak, it's almost like a natural spring. So as the water level from the river rises up, I'll show you with this great detail. As the water level from the river rises up, obviously the weight of that water then pushes it up underneath the bottom of the lake, which therefore increases. You know, you've got a 70-acre lake that can increase nearly a foot overnight. Shows how much water's been coming in. I've never fished here when it's been like this before, but it may affect the fishing, it may not. I have just had a bit of an aborted take, only just put the rods out about half an hour ago. But I think if we get less bites, there's a chance of a bigger fish. So yeah, I feel like an absolute mess. Look at me. The old hairline's receding. It's drastically going backwards. I might have to go on a turkey soon for a little look at a bit of a new hairline. But anyway, big day today, big day tomorrow. Final push. We're going to try and go for the 100 fish. We're on 70 fish now. 100 would be mega. You can see there that that water is now to the top of that peg. If we was to rewind back a few days, you'll see all of them big stones exposed. Crazy. Well, my rods are all still there. And Maxie boy's got a bit of an audience now. Tom and Joe are fishing opposite. They just had a shower, come round, and Max is in to our first carp. I know I had that aborted take, but this is the first proper bite of the morning. We'll catch up with him in about an hour when we get it near the net. It takes ages to get him in.
Barry? Lovely.
Big 30?
Mid 30.
Mid 30. It's good.
Want to start the day though.
Very good.
Oh yeah, nice. Nice fish for a picture.
Maxie boy, 30 pounder.
Beautiful.
Lovely. Well, I'm underway now on this fine Friday, hopefully. Probably not fishing how I thought it was going to fish. I thought it was going to be fishing really well by now, but still got time for it to improve today. But this one here is definitely a mid 40. Size of that bad boy. Definitely a 20 kilo plus. There we go. Got a little look at him. I'm gonna get the rod back out. Catch some more. Few pickies. Voila. Definitely a better average. This is the second bite now in the last sort of half an hour. Another 40 pounder. Big long mirror. I'm going to spin him round. He's only got one eye. I'll show you. Look at that old cyclops. There we go. Oh, one eye. Lolly. Well, the average size definitely better today. I've just put back a 30 pounder. Just had this proper high backed. Got to consider as well that the lake's been shut for 3 months. It's only opened up a month ago. So the fish are all well down in weight. But that there would have no doubt been a 50 pounder. But there you go. Another big old carp. It's probably 43, 44 pound. That'll do. Bosh.
Get in there.
See big chuck going along with a solid. Got a chuck on him this lid. Look at that. It's 160 yards to that tree. And he's just put it right off the side of it. Messed my old mate is here.
Back's hurting now.
Oh, he needs a little hot milk from home with a biscuit. This has brightened up the day.
Just got a bit of cheese paste.
Yeah.
Tried it down on a peacock quill.
That you have to admire how impressive they are. That's well over £50. That's near a £60 that.
Pretty heavy.
Go on, Mr. Finn.
Big old chub. It's making me old arms hurt. Oh, let's put it back.
Do you want to?
Go on then, Finn. Big release.
Give it an old kiss. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, they bite you.
That's like something you'd see in like Thailand or something.
Boys next door having a crack.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I don't want to catch another one, but I enjoyed that.
Saturday morning. I never fished last night because it was raining again. What are you going to give me for that? Flip him on his side, Maxi Bon. We'll have a little look. I think he's a £30 at the start of the day. Well, I did just have a mid-20, but I'll put him straight back. There we go. Yeah, go on, flick him back.
Yeah.
There he goes. The water level has come up so much. Look at that now. Probably risen 5 foot since we've been here. Final full day today. Go big or go home. Beast mode. Dying here.
He's just giving it the big one then.
What?
Reckon you were alright.
Sweet, ready to go. 10 rounds. Getting old, I am. Got a blister on my hand.
Not from casting, lid.
The week is drawing to a close. It's Saturday afternoon now, and the water level has risen by 5 feet since we've been here, which has obviously had a major impact on the fishing. But if you look out where we're fishing off the end of this island, they are still showing like mad. But what was 19 foot when we started is now about 24, 25 feet deep. And I think the fish have just come up off the bottom and they're just enjoying the new water. Which is making the fishing harder, but there's always that last chance whacker. You never know. Lovely little view of the pegs. Have a little bit of me now, I think. Here I am, looking like an old man. It's definitely been a hard week's fishing, that's for sure. It's never an easy week out here at Zajarki. You can almost tailor your bites to suit your sort of want to catch them, so to speak. You know, and obviously coming out here, we had the fish kill, and it was always sort of up in arms of how well it's going to fish. And you know, a lot of people messaging me saying, have you heard about the fish kill? It's like, of course I've heard about the fish kill. You know, I'm in regular contact with Ivan. You know, I'd like to think I know quite a lot about what's been going on out here. And it just shows that I actually knew a lot more than what all of the rumours were sort of going around, because people were saying that they've got pictures, they've got videos that they can't send me in case of getting any trouble. You know, we're all meant to be helping each other out. If there's been a problem on the lake, you know, it's not like it's going to affect the lake in the future. The lakes can bounce back from that, but it's definitely been a trip to remember. I'm going to do a big tally up at the end of this with exactly how many fish have been out. I'm going to speak to all of the lads around the lake and see how many has actually been out. But there has been a bloody lot of fish out. And let me tell you, the only thing that would make you question that there'd been something wrong with the lake is the average size of the fish is down from last year anyway. But other than that, it's been amazing. I'm going to stop waffling on. We've still got about 18 hours of the trip to go. There's still a chance for a real whacker, certainly for Max anyway. That's what we're sort of holding out for. It's been a lot slower today. I've had 3 fish today, all sort of around the sort of upper 20, mid 30 bracket, which is good, but there's still chance for one more big one. Over till it's over. Mika here has come all the way from Latvia. How far is it to Latvia, Mika, from here?
Don't know.
He doesn't know.
You know, lie. 1,700 kilometres.
1,700 kilometres, and it's the second to last day, Saturday, and he's just landed a whacker. Let's have a look at it. 64-pounder. Give it to him.
Oh, yes! Look at the head of that! Bloody hell! You got some pictures there, yeah?
Yeah. Sweet.
Monster.
Oh!
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I look exactly the same as what I did when I filmed the introduction. And that is because I've just got into the hotel room. I'm about to have myself a shower, little bit of food, and my flight out of here is tomorrow. But if you've just sat there and you watched that vlog, I'm sure you will all agree that the Great Lake lives on. You know, before we come out here, the rumours and the messages that I was getting, you know, people saying to me, I've got this information, but I can't give it to you in case I get in trouble. Waste of my time. Don't tell me that sort of stuff. Don't ruin a lake's reputation. You know, rumours, when they get put on the internet, they spiral out of control, and they're normally spread and believed by people that have never ever fished a lake, and that clearly seemed to be the case. You know, as you would have seen from watching this vlog, the Great Lake lives on. Now, last year when we came out here, I didn't keep a tally of exactly what we caught, but this year I did keep a tally. So I'm just going to glance down at my phone now, and I'm going to read you those stats. Now, bearing in mind last year we had 15 pairs fishing the lake. This year we only had 12, and the reason we did is because a couple of the guys pulled out. And at the beginning of the week, and when they pulled out, yes, I was a little bit angry, because really I didn't want the trip to fail. You know, I wanted to go out there because I believed in what Ivan was telling me. I believed in what my local friends were telling me, but it's so hard for other people sort of not to be waylaid by what crap's being written on the internet. And in this day and age, more bad stuff seems to be getting written on the internet than good stuff. But anyway, here's the tally. 12 pairs fishing, 931 carp landed, 57 50s, 28 60s, 2 70s, and over 350 40-pounders. Absolutely incredible. And when you divide that by the amount of hours that we fished, there was 5.5 carp per hour being caught around the lake. So for anyone that doubts the fish that are left in Lake Zajarki, let me tell you, brush that under the carpet. The Great Lake lives on. And as I said, whilst we were doing this video, that I was going to be doing a free giveaway, or CineCarp was going to be doing a free giveaway. If you've made it this far in the video, which I hope you have, all I want you to do down below is type in the comments your favourite European fishing destination. It could be absolutely anywhere. We'll pick a winner at random. We'll send them, I think I said, some cherry pop-ups, some stickers. We'll send you a little CineCarp bundle, completely free of charge. People, when stuff gets written on the internet, don't believe everything that you see. Until you go out and experience it for yourself, you will never ever know exactly what is in a lake. Once again, I want to thank you all for watching this vlog. It's been emotional. It's been a fantastic trip. I think me and Max had well over 80 fish in the end, so I need a good night's kip now. Not only that, don't forget to hit that subscribe, notification, bell icon, and a massive thank you to our channel sponsors, Go Catch. See you on the next one.